Hey guys, it's Troy from What Gear Reviews here, and if you watched my first 25 things to do on the Galaxy Z Fold 4, at the end of the video, just after I shared my secret link for my custom wallpaper stash, I mentioned that there was a bunch of tips and tricks that did not make the cut for that video, and the reason for that is because a lot of those tips and tricks were kind of hidden within the menus and within the sub menus, and it was a bit too complicated for that video, which was the first things to do. So I have 15 tips and tricks left over from that video, so I thought I might as well make this one 15 hidden tips and tricks for the Galaxy Z Fold 4, and these are tips that probably nobody's going to tell you about. So let's start with this one. Swipe down from the top, go to notification settings here, and this takes you automatically into the notifications menu. You can go to settings, notification, and then go to it that way, but that takes longer. Anyway, once you're here, this is what I want to show you. Go to brief pop-up settings. Now go to edge lighting style, and here we can set up how we want our notifications to appear. I'm using this one, the spotlight, but there's more settings here to make the phone more your own. You can go to color, change the color of the notification animation, and you could change the transparency and the duration of the animations as well. So play around with that, customize it for yourself. This one's pretty cool, check this out. So whenever you get a notification, you get this edge lighting all the way around the panel. Tip number 2, swipe down again, go to notification settings again here. Again, this takes you automatically to the menu system I want to show you. Go again to brief pop-up settings, but this time we're going to go to color by keyword. Now, this is a great little hidden feature. So let's say you and your friends watch House of the Dragons and you're messaging each other about this all the time. What you can actually do is set up keywords and customize a color for the notifications that include those keywords. So let me just delete this. For example, we key in the keyword dragon and hit the plus. Now that's added as a keyword, and here we can customize the color of the notification. So whenever a notification comes in that contains the word dragon, it will be shown with a red icon, meaning you know what that conversation is already about before you even read the notification. Okay, tip number 3, back into settings, back into the notification window here. Scroll all the way to the bottom this time, and this time we're going to advanced settings. And at the top here where it says show notification icons, by default, this is on 3 most recent. So you see how I have 2 Twitter icons at the top here. Eventually what will happen is this will start to fill up with loads of icons, but at this point in time it's set to 3. What I recommend you do here is actually try this out, especially if you get a lot of notifications. Go to this setting here, show notification icons, and set it to number. Now what this does is, instead of showing you all those icons, is it gives you a number that represents how many notifications you have, which I find to be way less distracting than the other method. Test it out and see what you think of it. Maybe this is a better setting for you. Tip number 4. So this is a very basic tip, and it's so basic that I left it out of the other video, but it's actually a really important one. So go to the bottom of the screen, go to About Phone, and here where it says Edit, click that and give your phone a name. The reason this is important is because when you're connecting your device to other devices or Wi-Fi networks and stuff like this, it's so much easier when you know what phone you're talking about, because let's say 5 of your friends also have Galaxy Z Fold 4s. It's going to get real confusing when you start searching for devices. So customize the name, something that applies to you and you know that that phone is your own. Okay, tip number 5, when you're using this big display, it's actually using a lot of power because it has to power all those pixels and the brightness and all this kind of stuff. And sometimes it's too bright in my opinion. So being able to take manual control over the brightness quickly is quite important. So when I swipe down from the top, you'll actually see I have to swipe down again, and sometimes even a third time to get to the brightness slider, which is here at the bottom of the screen. We can actually make this much quicker to access. Check this out. Hit the 3 dots in the top right corner here, go to quick panel layout, and here go to brightness control and set it to always show. Now, whenever we swipe down from the top, it's always there at the top of the screen, so we can manually adjust the brightness. This could save power and it can improve your experience using your phone in bright conditions or low light conditions. This one is a Samsung exclusive feature. Check this out. Go to biometrics and security and find this private share. So private share allows you to send files, photos, music, documents, and actually set an expiry date on those documents. So they kind of self-destruct after a certain amount of time. This is really, really useful for anything that's very sensitive. So what you can do is actually share a file, set a timer for it to expire, and that person on the other side can open that file, but it will self-delete from their phone. This is a great feature. Test it out and let me know how you get on with it. Tip number 7. So in the previous video, I talked about how to improve the video quality and also the audio quality of the built-in speakers. But this is one of the features I left out, which really should have been in there, but it's not going to apply to everybody. So check this out. Go to settings, sound and vibrations, and then here you want to go to sound quality and effects. Now, if you play games, no matter what game it is, you should definitely turn this on. Dolby Atmos for gaming. Get realistic Dolby Atmos sound automatically when you play games. So whether it's Tetris or PUBG or Genshin Impact, you should definitely turn this on. If you do play with headphones in, test this out, the Adapt sound. That might surprise you. So I've shown you how to manually control the brightness of the phone if you need to turn it down or turn it up quickly just by swiping down once from the top. But what happens if the screen doesn't seem to be bright enough and you've already maxed out the brightness? Well, there is a little hidden trick for this. Go to settings, display, and here there is a little toggle for extra brightness. This increases the maximum brightness of the phone at the cost of some power. Switch that on and now your screen has more potential when it comes to maximum brightness. Go to lock screen and here we're going to go to smart lock. Now you're going to have to put your PIN number in. So the typical unlock methods for your phone, it's going to be a fingerprint on the side here, PIN number, or your face unlock. But if you have other Galaxy devices, for example, the Galaxy Watch 5, which I'm hoping to get soon for review, what you can actually do is set this up so that when the watch is close to the phone, it stays unlocked. You can also set it to unlock whenever it's in a trusted location. Let's say you're home and you're not concerned about people in your house using your phone without your permission. You can also set it to stay unlocked when it's in your pocket, so it will detect when it's on the move. That's a bit risky in my opinion. So is the trusted places a little bit, but I like the idea of that whenever my watch is in the vicinity of the phone, it stays unlocked. Use these at your own risk. They have the potential to improve your user experience with your phone. So if you still need to wear a mask for work or on public transport or for whatever reason, or let's say you wear tons of makeup, your face might look different from time to time. So setting this up is a good idea. Go to face recognition and here you can add alternative appearance to enhance recognition. So set this up if you feel you need it. It's just going to make the face unlock more seamless, and it's a feature that's not that easy to find. It's kind of buried here. And also take a look at these ones as well. There's some cool stuff going on here too. Go to settings, privacy, and find this setting here, alert when clipboard is accessed. So you might not realize this, but when you copy and paste stuff, it stays in the background on your device. So let's say you've copied and pasted your bank account details or something like that. That information is hanging in limbo and somebody could intercept it and steal it. So by enabling this, the phone will alert you every time an app or somebody tries to access your clipboard. It's not on by default. I do recommend you switch this on. So if you've just passed your driving test or if you're a very nervous driver, this is a must setting. I've been driving for years, so I don't really need this on, but I probably should switch it on anyway, just for safety's sake. Check this out. Go to safety and emergency. Go to silence notifications when driving. The phone will use Bluetooth and also the motion sensors inside the phone to detect when you're driving, and when you are driving, it's going to switch off all your notifications. That could distract you and make you crash into another car. Staying on the settings and safety, if you're unlucky enough to have a car crash or any kind of emergency, an accident or whatever, it's better to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And this is how you can do it. Switch on this setting here, send SOS message. Now, within this setting, you can actually set up a 4-button push or a 3-button push to actually send an auto call to somebody. You can actually automatically send photos to that emergency contact with audio if you want. And you could even set this up as the police as well if you really wanted to. This is a great backup feature in case it hits the fan. So if you've been watching What Gear reviews for some time now, you'll know I'm a fan of speed and power. And here's a way to make your phone appear to be faster. Go to settings, accessibility, then go to visibility enhancements, scroll down until you see this, remove animations. So now what this does is when you switch back and forth between apps, literally they pop up instantly. There is no time delay. There's no animation. There's no bells and whistles. It literally just snaps from one to the other in an instant. And if you want your phone to appear to be faster than everybody else's, then definitely switch on that feature. In the same menu, settings, accessibility, and visibility enhancements. So if you have quite sensitive eyes, or if you feel you're going to need to get a bit more battery out of your phone on a particular day, this feature is good to know about. It's called extra dim, and that's something that a few people have called me in the past. But by doing this, it actually reduces the brightness of the screen below the usual brightness, and it will kind of lock it at that low brightness setting, so it will save power. So I just want to say thank you for making it all the way to the end of the video. Here's a bonus tip for you just for staying this long. Go to settings, accessibility, now go to advanced settings, and here go to flash notifications. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen the Nothing Phone one where it kind of lights up on the back whenever you get a notification. You can do a similar thing here. It's not quite as flashy as that phone, but turning on the camera flash notification, every time you get a notification, the camera flash will light up. It's incredibly bright and very distracting, so I don't personally recommend that one, but you can actually choose the apps that you want to use that on if you want. What I do like here though is the screen flash notification. This could be very useful. So if you enable that and then go to selected apps, what you can actually do here is change the color of the notification per app. So right now we've got the yellow there. If I hit the color, I can set it to whatever I want, for example, blue. And then the screen will light up blue whenever I get a notification from Amazon. And we can go through all of these apps and customize each one if we want to, color code them. And again, just like the other tip that I showed you before, you kind of know what the notification is about before you've even read the notification, because you know in your mind, okay, it's blue, it's Amazon. And the last thing I want to mention to you guys is I do have a membership program, and I do exclusive giveaways for live members, and there's also live streams, and you get a bunch of cool custom stickers and all this kind of stuff if you do join it. It's about 99 cents a month, and really that money is what I spend on shipping out the gifts to people. So it's tough times here in England. So if you do join, you'll be helping me keep the lights on here in the studio. And you know what? I've got one last very important tip for you guys. Check this out. Go to settings, battery and device care. And then here you'll notice where it says device protection is off. That is a default setting from Samsung, and when you enable this, it actually turns on an antivirus software, a McAfee antivirus software, which is free to use and pre-installed on the phone. Turn that on, and your phone will now be protected against viruses. And straight after you turn that on, if you want to hit the subscribe button, that makes you one of the finest subscribers known to man. If you want to check out that other video I made, the 25 first things to do, that thumbnail's on screen right now. Appreciate you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one, so don't be late.